Let's be honest. Last year you set goals. Maybe you reached some, but most of them got lost by February. And this is completely normal. And that's not even on you. Because the main problem with goal setting is that people don't understand how to set them in a proper way so that they really do execute it. So that following their goals doesn't feel like labor. So that they can smoothly operate through a year. And so that in 12 months, their life changes completely. In today's video, I'm going to show you my system, how I set yearly goals and always accomplish them. And not just that, but you also get a free PDF of my digital yearly planner where we're going to set them together. You can set your goals with me while listening to this video. Before you ask, who am I even to teach you that? But in the last year, I've lost 20% of my body weight, got 2 language diplomas on a C1 level. I'm also a law student, a hyper polyglot, and a person that runs on systems. So let's get it started and let's set your goals for this year in a way that's really gonna work and you're finally gonna get that six-pack. Oh my God. Let's first start with the psychology of goals. How do you need to set goals to achieve them? Firstly, you have to understand that your goals are totally tied to your identity. So if you think that you're somebody that hates the gym, you're not really achieve your goal of hitting the gym 3 times a week. So you have to first set your identity. That's why I downloaded the PDF in the description box. In that planner, you just write down your identity on the first page, that what identity you have currently and what identity you want to have by the end of the year. If you want to become a person that speaks Spanish, then you're going to write, I'm a person that learns languages consistently, that listens to podcasts in Spanish daily. I'm a person that works on language learning for an hour daily. That's it. So you first have to understand who you want to become and not what you want to achieve. Secondly, the next page of the planner, you're going to write all of the goals that you have. Brain dump everything from the most simple goal to the most complex one, from the most achievable to the most unrealistic, from a dream to a real idea. You come up with this chaotic list of goals. Let me give it to you. Next step, you're going to rank each goal from 1 to 10. How essential it is to achieve your goal. If you want to learn how to play the guitar, right? There are a couple scenarios on why you can have that goal. It could be that you want to do it professionally, or it could be that you just want to impress people around you. Then, of course, the rating is going to be different. The next thing that you're going to do is going to hurt you, obviously, but we're going to delete everything under 7. It all dies. You don't need to do 7 hobbies at the same time. You don't need to set a goal of creating a specific Spotify playlist. For me, I keep only the 9s and the 10s. That's it. I don't keep anything else because I don't need it. If I'm going to do it for my soul, if I'm going to do it for my general self-improvement, that's awesome. As a side quest, not as a main priority. I think that we comprehend how motivation is useless. Goal setting, what you need is a system. You're not going to be motivated if you're a human. If you're a human and you're constantly motivated, energy levels are the same, it's a problem. It's not supposed to be like this. We're human. We have energy spikes. We have days when we're tired. We have life that happens. We have studies. We have exam seasons. We have friends. We go out. You cannot be reliant on motivation. Successful people never rely on motivation. So now that we get the psychology of goal setting, and what we're not going to do on our journey, next step is the system. Identify the goals that we need. You're going to divide them. You're going to separate them by buckets. In my opinion, there's nothing other than health, wealth, and relationships. If you can come up with something else that's as important, great. You can remove one, like if, for example, relationships don't matter to you, which is extremely weird, or wealth doesn't matter to you, awesome. You keep 3, maximum 4 buckets. For me, the best way of doing it is keeping 1 goal per bucket, max 2. That's don't need more because goals are supposed to flex. And the goals, we're going to divide into vision, strategy, and the execution phase. So in the vision, you're going to write again about your identity, who you think this is going to make you, what type of person you have to become to achieve that goal. In strategy, you're going to write down what you're going to do, so micro steps, or you could do it in the format of milestones. If you want to lose kilograms, you can do 2 kilogram milestones. Or if you want to learn a language, you're going to set levels that you want to achieve and how you're going to achieve them. The execution phase, you're going to define how you're going to execute them on a weekly basis and on a monthly basis. so that you don't have to think in a year ahead. For example, if you want to invest $1,000, then you can focus on like investing a certain sum months, and that's going to be your execution goal. Next thing in the system is KPIs. So you're going to have to indicate key performance indicators. And also, other than that, what I suggest that you do is divide your year into 4 quarters. You can't really measure your performance on a yearly basis because a year is like a huge period of time. In my planner, there's a page for that, or you get yourself, where you're gonna identify each of your goals, your performance, your milestone. I would say a big milestone for a specific quarter. For example, if you want to read 100 books this year, then you have to know the systems. You'll have to understand how many books you want to read per week, per month, etc. So you have to get that fixed. And before we move on to the third step, which is the most important step, I want to tell you a story about I've been planning to learn Spanish for years, and then I did it in a year to a C1 level. Goals have always been learn Spanish, and that's it. I've been learn Spanish to a B1 level, to a B2 level. And it was never about how I'm actually going to do that. I've never used strategy, and only after that I could attain both French and Spanish all in 12 months. Bro, that's insane. So use my system. The next thing that we're going to talk about now, we're going to move on to the most important part of this whole goal setting session. Firstly, focusing on output goals. How many times have you set a goal, write a book, make 3 friends, and you haven't really achieved them, which is completely normal because these are result goals. You don't need result goals. You need output goals. Result goals are vague and tangible, and it's very hard to achieve them. You need to set output goals that are going to depend on you. You can control to choose to wake up every day and spend 1 hour to write this book. You can control to learn 5 new Japanese characters. You can control reading 20 pages a day. So whatever goals you had, again, you can do it in my planner or in your planner, you're going to make them output goals. Had a goal of getting a 6-pack, you're going to say, I'm going to train abs 2 times a week. And your result is most likely going to come after that. But if you focus on the result and you don't really have a system, then you're going to blame it all on life and you're not really going to achieve it. And the second thing is to audit your goals. You need to come back to that planner every week to see where you stand in your goals. You have to wake up every day and strive for a goal. For that, you can use daily planners. For that, you can use apps. You have to understand that a year has 365 days. And it's not that much. In this video, we covered the psychology of goal setting, covered the system, and we've covered how to take command of your life. If you're still watching this video, that means that you're very serious about your life this year, and I'm very proud of you for that. There may be a long time, a lot of things can change, but as long as you have the control over it, and as long as you have the control over yourself, in a year, you're going to be unrecognizable. If you want to go deeper into the topics of self-improvement, then you can check out other videos on my channel where I cover everything from AI to language learning. Watch that next. Good luck on your self-improvement journey. See you.